For years, I was one of the people that have been coming out and saying how this woman, Vice President, current presidential hopeful Kamala Harris, who did not have to earn her way to the Democratic ticket, has been cooking up or tossing up all kinds of word salad, right? And I remember one year where she's been going on these listening tours, not to address the issues, but to evade the issues. But she wants your vote. And even after she got the Democratic nomination without having to earn it, she went on a 40-day, 40-night media ducking session, right? To where she didn't have to talk to anybody. She didn't feel the need to talk to anybody. Now, all your shills, plants, bootlicks, operatives, sellouts, sock puppets will sit up there and try to browbeat you into voting for this woman, right? But this woman hasn't offered anything, and she damn sure hadn't done anything. Now, I'm going to be playing a series of videos that ties into what we're talking about when it comes to the three-star Michelin chef of word salad. Now, let's get to the first clip. DJ, spin that shit.
We love our country. I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American. And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being, because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence, freedom to have access to the ballot box, freedom to be who you are and just be, to love who you love openly and with pride, freedom to just be. And that's who we are. We believe in all that. And so this is a moment where we stand knowing what we are fighting for. We're not fighting against. It's what we're fighting for.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam Vice President.
Now, I don't expect Oprah Winfrey or Aunt Jemima Supreme Mass to really challenge Kamala Harris on what she said. Now, look, that was a lot to take in, okay? Just be and just be to fight who you are and just be to fight for the right to choose what you want to do in your body and just be. What the fuck? That doesn't even mean. Look, we are facing massive issues on an everyday front, whether it be high food prices, high home prices. Uh, Things are going up. Wages are not going up, and yet you still taxing people at an unprecedented rate, right? Because even if you happen to go out and make more money, you're still going to be subjected to taxes, whether it be federal taxes, and or state taxes, right? So this woman has done a masterful job of not answering questions. She has done a masterful job of evading the issues or tap dancing around it. We got more. DJ, spin that shit.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with it.
Can you answer the question? That woman asked you, hey, what is your plan for bringing down home prices and stuff? And this is what you say. This is the kind of answer you provide. You're not even giving her no answer on what are you going to do to address the issue. Now, again, right, because I know there's some shills, plants, and operatives that's going to look at this, right? And they probably go flag my video. All you shills, plants, operatives, and bootlicks are going to call her out on that nonsense. Anybody that defend the Kamala Harris of the world, or they like to call them the K-Hive, this is the kind of shit they will say about me. Who the fuck is this LB? Why is he over here always criticizing Kamala? I mean, she's a black woman. You can't protect your sister, huh? You can't protect your sister. You always got something negative to say, you bitch ass nigga. I mean, why should I take you seriously? I mean, your YouTube channel only get like 50, 60 views. And what you got to say about it, huh? That's what they will say. But you know what? I'm ready for y'all. Y'all know why? All you shills, plants, and operatives out there that got so much to say when it comes to defending this woman, and yet when I come up or somebody like me come up and try to challenge you on your low point, you resort to insults. You resort to browbeating. You resort to guilt tripping. And she has not answered any questions. What can be a burden, but what has been? What the fuck does that even mean? What can be a burden, but what has been? What does that even mean? What can be a burden by what has been? What does that mean? For all you shills, plants, and operatives out there that wants to sit up here and be her representative for free. Because that's why you're doing all that cooning and buffooning. You're doing that shit for free. So answer that question. What does that mean? Because she loves saying that ridiculous quote. Because she's so philosophical, right? Now, there's a woman by the name of Stephanie Rue who worked for MSNBC. Let's see what she had to say when it comes to defending Kamala Harris. DJ, spin that shit.
So, look, I think the thing about Donald Trump is that, I don't think the women of America need him to say he's going to protect them. The women of America need him to trust them.
Can we trust you?
Yes. Yes. I am not perfect, but I will tell you, I'm always going to put the needs of the people first.
Madam Vice President, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stephanie Ruhle, NBC News senior business analyst, host of the 11th Hour, joins me now. Stephanie, can I just say that was a great interview, and I thought you pressed her on really important stuff. It was It was also, I just thought the whole thing was refreshingly substantive. This was you can say I don't like that policy or I do like that policy, but it really was about like, here, the earth we live in, the kinds of decisions you're going to make. And it wasn't pie in the sky stuff. So very, very well done job. Let me just start by saying that.
Okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and soak in those compliments, so we don't have to talk about anything else. But I think what you're actually complimenting is that it was a normal interview, Chris. That's actually what it was. It was a normal interview. It was a person running to be the president of the United States, and for 25 minutes, we talked about their vision, and we talked about policy.
So, really, Stephanie Rule, you really thought that was a good interview? You really thought you did a good job? So let me get this straight. She says the talking point about Trump and women's reproductive rights. And she said that women can't trust him. And you asked her, hey, can we trust you? And you was like, yes. But you don't expand on why they should trust her without browbeating us about Trump and all that, right? And you really thought you did a good job, Stephanie Rule? You think you just gonna go to throw them soft tater ball questions, right? And look, Trump does it too. Trump goes on Fox News and Newsmax and Orient. He gets softball questions there too, right? All right, I got it, right? I got it. He does the same thing too, right? Before anybody can sit up here and try to pivot to Trump, yes, Trump goes on Newsmax. Yes, Trump goes on Fox News. Yes, Trump goes on any media outlet that will stroke his ego and his dick, and he will get softball questions too. But we're not talking about him. When I do talk about him, you're not there. When I talk about Trump, you're not there. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to get back on subject. Stephanie Rule, you really think you did a good job interviewing Kamala Harris? This woman has not answered no questions. For 40 days, when she was ducking the interviews left and right, you would think that would be the time when she sit up and, really be prepared to take the slings and arrows as they come along. But every time she sat down in front of a camera, with some random dude we don't even fucking know, all the way up to the Aunt Supreme of our generation, Oprah Winfrey. It's the same old shit. What does she talk about? Well, allow me to give you a few examples of what she talks about. She talks about working at McDonald's as a teen. Whether she works at McDonald's as a teen or not is irrelevant, okay? But whatever. Then she talks about how her mama saved up money to buy a home, and that was an example for her and her sister Maya Harris. Okay, so that's the second thing she talks about. And then she has to mix in the what can be our burden by what has been. Then she cooks up or tosses up more word salad about, hey, what it's like to do collard greens in a bathtub. Or she talks about the threat of Donald Trump and what would happen if he became president, and Project 2025 and all the things that goes into Project 2025. All the meanwhile, you're still struggling to pay bills. You can't keep enough money in your savings account due to taxes and other stuff, inflation, right? Gas prices going through the roof. You still buying chicken tenders at $20 a pop at Raising Cane's, right? You're still paying taxes on your home. And the question is, how are you going to address that? How can home ownership be affordable? she'll say that we're going to build 3 million homes. And we're going to take on the corporations that's going on in price gouging. But if you see in these congressional hearings, right? Take a random day when when you used to do whatever, we'd be reading a book, having, sex at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. Just turn on C-SPAN to look at a congressional hearing, right? And what you see at these congressional hearings, theater. I mean, some of the best political theater money can buy, right? Nobody gets fired. Nobody gets prosecuted. But she's going to take on these CEOs and the big banks. All the meanwhile, she's relying on the CEOs and the big banks and these other corporations for her campaign donations. Make it make sense. But she's going to take on those same people, right? She's going to take on those same people that she's relying on for campaign donations as such. And then after she gets elected, she ends up doing their bidding. Why you think Mayor Eric Adams got his butt in the crack right now? The textbook definition of a sellout is a politician. She's not going to take on those big banks and those other corporations that get involved in price gouging. Did the One West Bank scandal, when she was Attorney General, not tell you anything? If that don't tell you how she moved, then there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to convince you otherwise. Steve Mnuchin should be in prison. Steve Mnuchin should not be Trump's Treasury Secretary when Trump was in office for 4 years. But she'll go after Cherie Peoples while Cherie Peoples is trying to keep her daughter alive because her daughter's battling sickle cell on some bullshit ass truancy law. Make that make sense. She's sitting up here talking about, we're going to build 3 million homes. All the meanwhile, you got these private equity companies buying up all the properties and charging you outrageous amount of money to either rent in it or to buy it. And then if you try to buy that property, well, you're not going to compete with Airbnb. You're not going to be able to compete with BlackRock. You're not going to be able to compete with Marriott as far as like getting in a bidding war with them to buy a home. You're just not. Unless you're in that situation where price tag don't matter. Now, how many people can say that? How many people in this United States right now can say that price tag don't matter? But she's sitting up here telling you that we're going to take on the big companies. No, she's not. She is not. So again, before anybody come in and try to pivot to Trump, Trump ain't going to do the same thing neither. And the point I'm trying to drive home is there are 2 wings on the same bird, different fangs on the same snake. You're not going to get anything you're looking for. Because the old adage goes, money talks, bullshit walks. And if you don't got the money, and if you don't got the clout, you're not going to get talked to. You're going to get ignored, like how a fine bitch ignore you in the club when you try to offer her a drink. So this whole thing is a sham. So when I had some old lady yesterday, when I was at the library, when I was just walking by, minding my business, some old white lady with super poly grip in her mouth, sitting up there talking about, "Hey, sir, are you registered to vote?" And I was like, "I don't vote." And then she gave me this look. As I walk off, continue on with my own business, she gave me this look. Like, what? Like she wanted to interrupt me on my business to ask me why I don't vote. If we have politicians that actually listen to his constituents, then at that point I might consider voting. But they don't listen to the constituents. They listen to the people who kicks them off. Why do you think Eric Adams got his butt in the crack again? Because all those Turkish people was kicking him off with all that money, kicking him off with trips, kicking him off with free food. And then when it came time for Eric Adams to do by the will of the Turkish people, that's what he did. Because the Turkish people was fattening him up, fattening his pockets and his lifestyle. Now look at him. You think Kamala Harris going to save Eric Adams? You think Joe Biden going to save Eric Adams? You think the roly-poly Martin with his big titties and onesies is going to save Eric Adams? He don't got no clout to do no goddamn interview with Kamala Harris. He's pulling teeth like how you pull teeth out of a cow to get that woman on his show. And she ignored him like she's some fine bitch at the club. And then you got dimwits like Tamika Mallory. Yeah, bitch, you a fucking dimwit. You sell your community up the river for a Cadillac Escalade and a spot at the Grammys, you steak pussy hoe. She'll sit up there and say, well, and she's gonna go in this, listen to the intricacies of the bitch. Get fucked. She nobody want to hear nothing but no goddamn listening to it for intricacies. She's going on a listening tour to evade the issue, not to address them. Why do you think she's cooking up this goddamn word salad? Now, I'm going to play another clip. This is the final one I'm going to play. And this one, she was down there in Guatemala when she was quote-unquote the border czar, right? When she was this border czar, that she's supposed to address the root causes of illegal immigration in the United States. DJ, spin that shit.
I am meeting with a lot of folks, and the work that we have begun is the work that is going to be ongoing. There is no question, and I said this from the very beginning, that our approach to this issue has to be with a commitment to a long-term investment, and it has to be a commitment to consistency. The United States has to be consistent. There were times where we were more engaged and we saw good results, less engaged, and we can see where the work and the partnerships then deteriorate. So I am committed to ensuring that we engage in an active way on the root causes, on addressing the cause and effect, and also being partners in the Western Hemisphere, understanding that we have a responsibility, and if we ignore that responsibility, it will visit itself upon us in a very domestic way. So
You know how she be spinning people around like how the Tasmanian devil be spinning around whenever he gets angry and shit? What's up, Big Wash? Yeah, that's how you feel whenever she answers a question, right? And, you know, for a woman that says she does all this work, what is the result of the work that she's done? Because every time I turn my head, the results has been disastrous. What's up, Big Wash? What you say? What's this? One of your homeboys told you he did early voting and he voted for Harris because she was the most responsible candidate on the ticket. The most responsible, Lord have mercy, man. I swear to God, man. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Responsible how? How is she the most responsible? Why? Because she act like an adult? And you got a 78-year-old old man that acts like a petulant child? Nobody gave me what I want. And just because this 3-star Michelin chef who can toss up word salad sound so philosophical while sounding so dumb at the same time, she's the most responsible person in the room. Make it make sense. What's up, Unique Dawn? Mwah. If anything, she's irresponsible. If anything, man, if people really looked at this woman's history, right? Because hey, you got to do your research, LB. You let these Shields plants operatives tell it, they'll tell you that you got to do your research, right? Well, I did research about Cherie Peoples and what Cherie Peoples did when it comes to Kamala Harris and how Kamala Harris tried to get her thrown in prison. They're going to lie on all these interviews she been on, whether it been on the Breakfast Club, some town hall, some forum talk about, nah, we never locked anybody up for truancy. And yet, there's Cherie Peoples. You kicked out her door at 3 in the morning while she just gave her daughter who's battling sickle cell medication and trying to make it through life, try to survive the day. And what did she get in return for trying to survive the day? She gets thrown in prison. She loses her job. She loses her home. But that's who you want to support, right? All you black women out there talk about, oh, we got to support our sister Kamala. Because a lot of you hoes went after Janet. Now, y'all want to sit there and talk about Janet Jackson and her husband and how Janet Jackson don't got a black kid. Newsflash, Kamala don't got a black husband. Explain that. Y'all want to sit there and talk about Janet Jackson and her family. Kamala don't even got no kids of her own. Kamala don't even have a black husband. I really think that a lot of you people out there that's out here defending Kamala Harris don't be thinking shit through. We always sit up here and attack Janet Jackson because Janet Jackson committed the cardinal sin of saying that, oh, well, I heard that she's not black. That was the cardinal sin that kicked the hornet's nest. Y'all got so much to say about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's body is being decomposed in a coffin. And yet, somehow y'all able to dig him up from the grave. I don't know, y'all bought a Ouija board from TJ Maxx or maybe from Target, and you was able to dig up Michael Jackson's spirit from the grave just to attack him. And then when you get done attacking him, you close up your Ouija board and he goes back to doing what he's doing dead. All in blind deference to Kamala Harris, this part-time black woman, full-time con artist, 3-star Michelin chef of word salad. And answered not one goddamn question. She wouldn't go on Fox News. She wouldn't go on Newsmax. She wouldn't go on goddamn OAN. Which brings me back to this corny ass motherfucker. Yeah, because this dude has so much to say about Janet Jackson. This man went on a machine gun verbal assault when it came to Janet Jackson having the audacity, committing the cardinal sin of questioning Kamala Harris's quote unquote blackness. This man right here. Now, mind you, 5 years ago, he was telling black folks that you'd be right to not trust Kamala Harris. So what changed, DL? What the fuck changed, DL? What changed? So what promises did the DNC give you? Did they promise that, hey, if you just ease up on Kamala Harris's criticisms and you start promoting her, hey, we'll give you some money and then we'll give you a spot at the Democratic National Convention on the night she gets nominated, so that way you can tell corny ass jokes, and that unsuspecting people who don't know you will laugh at your jokes. How about that? Is that a good proposition? Yeah, sign me up. You say he had a closed door meeting with her? Yeah, I'm not shocked by that. A lot of celebrities had closed door meetings with her. And shout out to Big Wash. That's my brother from South Carolina. My fellow South Carolina contemporary. Yeah, he put me on game for free 99. My brother Big Wash put me on game for free 99. Do you know that a lot of celebrities had a secret meeting with Kamala Harris, and that Kamala Harris was out there, going on some big old nonsensical tirade about them supporting her? I mean, she was going to the window to the wall with the sweat dripping down her balls and ski, ski, ski all on the wall, trying to get these celebrities to support her. Another motherfucker who will go out of his way to curse out black folks, right? Him, Reese Colbert, Greg Carr, some other punk ass motherfucker that be on there, all them load dick in the booty ass, taste the rainbow motherfuckers, all them people that be on this man's show talking shit, browbeating in the black folks for having the audacity to question where Kamala Harris stands when it comes to reparations, when it comes to ending qualified immunity, when it comes to getting an anti-black hate crime bill. But this walking embodiment of Porky Pig will sit up there and tell you, you ain't gonna get a study if the Republicans take office. All the meanwhile, when it was celebrated that hip hop was celebrating its 50th anniversary, right? And the vice president had a little get together at her house. Who was out there dancing, doing all these Q ball, Q dog, Q whatever the fuck they call it? Who was out there dancing like it was no tomorrow, like he had forever? This guy right here, the walking embodiment, 3 chin, no neck, butterball basting bastard. That's right, the preeminent butterball basting bastard of our generation. Roland Sebastian Martin. Don't worry, you and I got unfinished business, you fat fuck. And then whoever forget this guy, this fake ass rapper right here, right? Who the fuck you to call yourself trying to act like Kamala Harris? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck wrong with you black folks out there always question Kamala Harris and her black? You don't do that to the white man. You sit your 5'5" looking ass down somewhere before I make change, bitch. So again, all you motherfuckers out there that got a problem with me for going at her, guess what? Guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Because that woman ain't done nothing to earn the black vote. She hasn't. And the numbers are declining. She knows that. She can't even answer a simple question. There are a lot of black women in there that's calling her out on her bullshit. There's a lot of black women on social media right now that's saying, hey, I'm a foundational black woman and I will not be voting for Kamala Harris. There's quite a few black women out there that's made it clear where they stand with her. There's a lot of black women making TikTok videos, going on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, making it very clear where they stand when it comes to Kamala Harris. They are not voting for her. They say, my name is such and such, and I'm a black American woman, and I will not be voting for Kamala Harris. So why we got all these simps out here trying to kick for this woman? Why we got Van Jones out here running his mouth talking about, oh man, we got to protect this sister? Why we got Benjamin Crump, another crash test dummy? Hey, we got to protect this sister. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you get her Jewish husband to protect her? Why don't you get the Secret Service to go protect her? Right? Because we got black women out here that really needs protection that's getting attacked, like a Cherie Peoples, like a Janet Jackson. Amanda Seals don't need no protection. Amanda Seals can go kick rocks, right? Even though a dead clock is right twice a day. But I'm not protecting no goddamn Amanda Seals. She did too much to the black community, right? So Amanda Seals, yeah, you don't need no protection. You know what I'm saying? You want protection, go get your dog. Shit. Woo woo. Anyway, this is where we at. This is where we at when it comes to Kamala Harris. Oh, and Ricky Smiley, I would be remiss if I didn't forget about your trifling ass, because you sitting up here talking this shit about, oh man, well, you know, hey, y'all need to stop it, stop it, stop it. No, in the famous words of Diddy, we can't stop, won't stop. Because if she doesn't get the presidency, don't blame us. But then again, if you do blame us, we will own it. We will wear it. You know why? Because when you do nothing, you get nothing. That's the whole point about this. If you take nothing else from what I'm saying, if you do nothing, you get nothing. That is it. Period. So when you got Ricky Smiley's minions on a radio morning show trying to emphasize what would happen if Kamala Harris ends up as president of the United States, and she can do it on Martin Luther King Day, and they would have Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman Supreme Court justice, swear her in, and then you have all the Boule sorority and all the Boule fraternity have one big old orgy while she's being sworn in. Salute to my sister Black Spider. And oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot. Salute to the Black Spider for her donation to Cash App last night. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. A frequent contributor to the channel, and much love, honor, and respect goes out to you. And if you want to donate, the Cash App is $Freeway95 US, and the paypal.me/LBryant699. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. So after, like, and that's purely symbolic, right? That whole thing about Ketanji Snitch Nine swearing her in as president and all this history that goes behind it or whatever, and all the Boule contingents, whether it be the Divine Nine or whatever, and then they had one big old party at Howard University, wherever else. And after the pomp and circumstance is over with, and after the Boule contingent gets done making the room stink, right? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in there with menopause trying to get their motherfucking groove back, like after everybody gets done having their little orgasms, would you be 25, that's a spring chicken, or 55 going through menopause? Either way, when that orgy is done and over with, right? And everybody just get done having their fix satisfied, and we got to get down to business. What then? Are we going to hold on to this thing to where it was such an historic occasion and yet we don't get no tangibles? Or are we going to finally get our minds right and get on code and be like, you know what? Fuck you and your historic symbolic gestures. We want tangibles. That's what we want. Period. Ain't nothing else to say. Ain't nothing else to talk about. If you don't want to give up them tangibles, then guess what? We're not going to come to the ballot box. And no, we're not going to vote for Trump neither. So if you think you're going to use that, well, you need to go look somewhere else. You need to go find another excuse, because we're not voting for Donald Trump. We're just not. We're going to stay home. Why do you think we keep saying Couch 2024? Why are you think in these videos I'm going to be like, look, I'm going to vote the couch? Why do you think that I'm looking for a willing and able female to get bucket naked with on the couch on November 5th? You think I'm going to the ballot box? Hell no, I ain't going to no damn ballot box. For what? For what? So I can vote for some woman that don't give a fuck about me, that's going to sit up here and talk about, oh man, I'm burdened by what has been. What can't be, I'm burdened by what has been. What can't be, I'm burdened by what has been. Nah, I got better things to do with my goddamn time. Fuck that shit. You think I'm gonna go vote on November 5th? Well, guess what? Huh. Like I say, I can show you better than I can tell you. Because she offers nothing. Trump offers nothing. So guess what? And for all you people out there that's sitting up here trying to guilt trip somebody into voting or whatever like that, look, for the men out there, right? Will you just gonna just go out with some female just because? Oh, well, it's something to do, and she don't qualify to earn your time. She don't qualify for you to be in her for her to be in your pockets. She don't qualify for nothing. But yet you just gonna go out with her because it's something to do, right? You're just gonna have sex with that female because it's something to do, right? She don't have to earn your dick, right? Well, she look good, and she really ain't trying to spend time with me like that. But she just wants me to spend money on her. She just want me to do this, that, and the different. Will you go out with that female just because? Okay, let's peep game from a different angle. To the ladies out there, right? Will you just go out with some dude just because? Well, he's ugly as fucking, but he spends money on me, and he really wants to keep me up, and I really don't like him like that, but I'm just gonna fuck him just because. Would you do that? Then if the answer is no, then why would you give away your vote like that? Your vote supposed to be secret. Your vote is only given when it's earned. When someone has earned your vote, then at that point, you go to the ballot box and vote for somebody because you're going to get something out of it. Period. Not know somebody sitting up here cooking up dumbass philosophical quotes to make herself out to be this visionary, this revolutionary, or something like that. And all of me, while you go vote for her, and then she just thumb her nose up, and her bootlicks, and her sellouts, and her simps, and her sock puppets, and the skip scaps and scallywags will talk down on you. Make it make sense. When you go into a job interview, right? And people's asking you questions about, hey, tell me about yourself. And they ask you technical questions about whatever you're going for the job for. And why should we hire you? It's no different than these politicians who go to your town halls, who go to these cookouts, whether it be old nigga Jim Clyburn's Fish Fry or Al Sharpton's National Inaction Network. Either way, you should be asking the question about why should this person get my vote? Why? But no, we don't get that, not in the black community. And all these other communities, they can get on code and they can list these terms and demands and all that, and everybody understands the assignment. But no, not in the black community. We always got to have somebody going against the grain. We got to have some comedian tell corny ass jokes. We got to have some woman who got involved in a one night stand with John Voight cooking up corny ass jingles telling you got to go vote because your ancestors died for that vote. And you got to have your friends, your families, your contemporaries sit up here and make you out to be public enemy number one in their eyes if you have the audacity to say that, no, I will not vote for Kamala Harris. I'm going to stay home. Or they'll cook out some stupid ass bullshit about, oh, well, since you don't vote for Kamala, that's automatically a vote for Trump. What kind of stupid ass shit is that to say? So again, riddle me this, Batman. If I don't vote for Kamala Harris, how does that translate to a vote for Donald Trump? Go. Answer that question, huh? Answer that. Make that make sense. Help me unclog the pipeline. So if I don't vote for Kamala Harris, that's by default a vote for Trump. Make that make sense. Answer that question, huh? That motherfucker just be saying stupid shit, man. And it gets on my nerve. Because we as a black society ought to be better than that. We're supposed to be 10 toes down in this shit. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the matter, right? You can take that for however you want to take it, right? If that doesn't change your mind about, hey, LB, I don't give a fuck what you say. I still vote for Kamala Harris on November 5th because I can't worry about what's going to happen with Project 2025. Okay, do what you do. But you can't. But one thing you cannot say is that I didn't warn you. That's the one thing you cannot say. Because see, the Democrats will sit up there and tell you about Project 2025. All the meanwhile, we got all kinds of illegal immigrants running rampant around the country, taking over apartments, beating up police officers, getting all kinds of cash, subsidiaries on our tax money now, on our tax money. But yet they fear-monger about Project 2025 when you got Project 2024 right in front of us going on as we speak. So yeah, miss me with the dumb shit. You're not gonna play these goddamn reindeer games of reverse psychology and Jedi mind tricks. Fuck you. Cause I see through the scam. And if you're not in DC where all this stuff goes on, right? Because I see through what's going on. I live in the DC area. I see all the bullshit, all the crooked-handed 3 in the morning backdoor deals and oil fields type shit that be going on. I see the political theater. The Republicans and Democrats work hand in hand. They go against each other to give you the illusion that the Democrats are the good guys and the Republicans are the bad guys. That's the illusion they want to give you when they're at these congressional hearings. And you got Jasmine Crockett trying to cook up some baby Bob bimbo babble, shout out to Pink Book Lessons, and she cook up some viral moment all for the cameras to be the white media's darling. But if you just happen to observe the landscape on a random Tuesday afternoon in DC, both Republicans and Democrats walking side by side, going to lunch, going to the gym, doing whatever on a random Tuesday afternoon. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. If y'all not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting on? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!